If you ever go across the sea to Ireland, then maybe at the closing of your day, you will sit and watch the moon rise over Clodagh and see the sun go down on Galway Bay, just to hear again the ripple of the trout stream, the women in the meadows making hay, just to sit beside the turf fire in the cabin and watch the barefoot gossams at their play. Oh, the breezes coming o'er the sea from Ireland are perfumed with the heather as they blow, and the women in the uplands digging tatties speak a language that the strangers do not know. Now if there's going to be a great hereafter, and somehow I am sure there's going to be, I shall ask my God to let me make my heaven in that dear land across the Irish Sea. There was a wild colonial boy, Jack Duggan was his name. He was born and reared in Ireland dear, at a place called Castlemaine. He was his father's only son, his mother's pride and joy, and dearly did his parents love the wild colonial boy. At the youthful age of 16 years, he left his native home to Australia's sunny shores. He was inclined to roam. He robbed those wealthy squatters, and their stocks he did destroy. A terror to Australia was the wild colonial boy. In 61, this daring youth commenced his wild career, with a heart that knew no danger, for no foeman did he fear. He held the Beachcove mail coach up, and he robbed George McAvoy, who trembled and gave up his gold to the wild colonial boy. One day upon the prairie, as young Jackie rode along, listening to the mockingbird singing his tearful song, up came a band of troopers, Kelly Davis and Fitzroy. They'd all set out to capture him, the wild colonial boy. Surrender now, Jack Duggan, for you see we're 3 to 1. Surrender now, Jack Duggan, for you're a daring highwayman. He drew his pistol from his belt, and he spun it like a toy. I'll fight, but not surrender, cries the wild colonial boy. He fired at Trooper Kelly, and he brought him to the ground. He fired point blank at Davis, but he received a mortal wound. All shattered through the jaws he lay, still firing at Fitzroy, and that was how they captured him, the wild colonial boy. Where lagan stream sings lullaby, there blows a lily fair. The twilight gleam is in her eye, the night is on her hair, and like a lovesick linen sheet, she hath my heart in thrall. No life I own, nor liberty, for love is Lord of all. And often when the beetle's horn hath lulled the eve to sleep, I steal unto her shieling lorn, and throw the door in peace, where on the cricket singing stone she stirs the bogwood fire, and hums in sad, sweet undertone her song of heart's desire. As I walked out on a May morning to hear the birds sing sweet, I set my back up against a tree for to hear two lovers meet. For to hear two lovers meet, my dear, to hear what they might say, that I might know a little more about love before I went away. And its P stands for Paddy, I suppose, J for my love John, W stands for false William, but Johnny is the fairest man. Johnny is the fairest man, my dear, Johnny is the fairest man. I don't care what anybody says, Johnny is the fairest man. Come sit down on the grass, he said, the dewy grass so green. It's a long 3/4 of a year or more since together we have been. I'll not sit with you, she said, no lover I'll be of thine. I hear you're in love with another pretty maid, and your heart's no longer mine. And its P stands for Paddy, I suppose, J for my love John, W stands for false William, but Johnny's the fairest man. Johnny is the fairest man, my dear, Johnny is the fairest man. I don't care what anybody says, Johnny is the fairest man. I'll not heed what an old man says, his days are well nigh done. And I'll not heed what a young man says, for he's fair for many's the one. But I'll go climb a high, high tree, and rob a wild bird's nest, and back I'll bring whatever I find there to the arms that I love best. And its P stands for Paddy, I suppose, J for my love John, W stands for false William, but Johnny is the fairest man. Johnny is the fairest man, my dear, Johnny is the fairest man. I don't care what anybody says, Johnny is the fairest man. Oh, Mary, this London's a wonderful sight, where the people are working by day and by night. They don't sow potatoes, nor barley, nor wheat, but there's gangs of them digging for gold in the street. At least when I asked them, that's what I was told. Thought I'd take a hand at this digging for gold. But for all that I found there, I might as well be where the mountains of Mourne sweep down to the sea. I believe that when writing a wish you expressed to know how the fine ladies of London are dressed. Well, if you'll believe me, when asked to a ball, sure they don't wear no tops to their dresses at all. I've seen them myself, and I could not in troth say if they were asked to a ball or a ball. They'll be starting those fashions soon, Mary Machree, where the mountains of Mourne sweep down to the sea. You'll remember young Peter O'Loughlin, of course. Well, now he is here at the head of the force. I met him today when crossing the Strand, and he stopped the whole street with one wave of his hand. And there we stood talking of days that are gone, while the whole population of London looked on. But for all those vast powers, he is wishful like me, to be where dark Mourne sweeps down to the sea. Oh, there's beautiful creatures here, oh, never mind, with wonderful shapes nature never designed, and lovely complexions, all roses and cream. But O'Loughlin remarks, in regard to the same, that if of those roses you ventured to sip, sure the colours would all come away on your lip. So I'll wait for the wild rose that's waiting for me, where the mountains of Mourne sweep down to the sea. In a neat little town they call Belfast, apprentice to trade I was bound, and many's the hour of sweet happiness I spent in that neat little town. But a sad misfortune came over me that caused me to stray from the land, far away from my friends and relations, betrayed by a black velvet band. Her eyes, they shone like diamonds, I thought her the queen of the land, and her hair it hung over her shoulder, tied up with a black velvet band. I took a stroll with this pretty fair miss, when a gentleman passing us by, I knew she meant the undoing of me by the look in her roguish black eye. His gold watch he took from his pocket, and placed it right into my hand, and the very next words that I spoke to her, bad luck to the black velvet band. Her eyes, they shone like diamonds, I thought her the queen of the land, and her hair it hung over her shoulder, tied up with a black velvet band. Before the judge and the jury, next morning I had to appear. The judge, he said to me, young man, your case it is perfectly clear. I'll give you 7 years penal servitude, to be spent far away from your land, far away from your friends and relations, betrayed by the black velvet band. Her eyes, hurry, my boys, beware of those pretty colleens. They'll treat you to strong drink, my boys, till you are not able to stand. And the very next thing that you know is you're landed in Van Diemen's Land. Her eyes, they shone like diamonds, I thought her the queen of the land. And her hair, it hung over her shoulder, tied up with a black velvet band. Down by the Sally Goddard, my love and I did meet. She passed the Sally Gardens on her little snow white feet. She bade me take life easy as the leaves grow on the tree. Oh, but I was young and foolish, and with heart in ought agree. In a field down by the river, my love and I did stand, and on her leaning shoulder she laid her snow white hand. She bade me take love easy as the grass groweth on the wheels. Oh, but I was young and foolish, and it's now I am full of tears. A gentleman was passing by, he called for a drink as he was dry at the well below the valley, oh. Green grows the lily, oh, right among the bushes, oh. My cup is full unto the brim, if you stoop you might fall into the well below the valley, oh. Green grows the lily, oh, right among the bushes, oh. If your own true love was passing by, you'd give him a drink if he was dry at the well below the valley, oh. Green grows the lily, oh, right among the bushes, oh. She swore by God and by St. John she'd never a true love, no, not one at the well below the valley, oh. Green grows the lily, oh, right among the bushes, oh. Come, fair lady, swearing's wrong. 6 babies have you born at the well below the valley, oh. Green grows the lily, oh, right among the bushes, oh. If you be a man of high esteem, tell to me who fathered them at the well below the valley, oh. Green grows the lily, oh, right among the bushes, oh. You got them by your kin so near, 2 of them by your father dear at the well below the valley, oh. Green grows the lily, oh, right among the bushes, oh. 2 were by your brother John, and 2 of them by your uncle Dan at the well below the valley, oh. Green grows the lily, oh, right among the bushes, oh. If you be a man of noble fame, tell me what became of them at the well below the valley, oh. Green grows the lily, oh, right among the bushes old. You buried them all, as I can tell, two of them underneath the well below the valley, oh. Green grows the lily, oh, right among the bushes, oh. Two beneath the kitchen floor, two of them under the stable door, at the well below the valley, oh. Green grows the lily, oh, right among the bushes, oh. If you be a man of high renown, tell me what shall be my doom. At the well below the valley, oh, green grows the lily, oh, right among the bushes, oh. 7 years are ringing the bell, 7 in the flames of hell. At the well below the valley, oh, green grows the lily, oh, right among the bushes, oh. Sullivans John, to the road you've gone, far away from your native home. You've gone with a tinker's daughter along the road to Rome. Sullivans John, now you won't stick it long, till your belly will soon get slack. When you're on the road with a mighty load and a toolbox on your back. I met Katie Coffey with a neat baby behind on her back strapped on. She'd an old ash plant all in her hand for to drive her donkey on. Inquiring at every farmer's house along the road as we passed, it was where would she get an old pot to mend, or where would she find an ass? There's a donkey fair in the County Clare, at a place they call Spansel Hill, where my brother James got a rap off a Haines, and poor Paddy they tried to kill. They loaded him up in an ass and cart, while Kate and Big Mary looked on. It's bad luck to the day I went away to join the Tinkers' band. Sullivans John, to the road you've gone, far away from your native home. You've gone with a tinker's daughter along the road to Rome. Sullivans John, well, you won't stick it long, till your belly will soon get slack, as you're on the road with a mighty load and a toolbox on your back. As I walked out upon one bright May morning to view the meadows and leaves so green, who should I meet but my own true lover, as she sat under the willow tree. I took off my hat and I did salute her. I did salute her most courteously. As she turned around to me, the tears fell from her, saying, "False young man, you have deluded me. That diamond ring, my love, that you first gave to me, that diamond ring to wear on my right hand, those vows you made, love, you went and broke them. You married a lassie that had the land. If I married a lassie that had the land, my love, it's that I'll rue until the day I die. When misfortune falls, love, there's none can shun it. I was blindfolded, I'll not deny, for at night when I go to my bed of slumber, the thoughts of my true love, they run in my mind. I turn me round for to embrace my darling. Instead of gold, it's brass I find. How I wish the Queen would call home her armies from France, America, the West Indies and Spain, that every man might have his own wedded woman, in hopes that you and I might meet again. As I was a-walking one fine morning in May, to view the fair mountains and the valleys so gay, I was thinking of those flowers, all going to decay, that bloom around you, bonny, bonny Sliav brae. My name is Dan McGarvey, as you may understand. I come from Derrygannon, and I had a farm and land, but the rents and rates and taxes I could no longer pay, so farewell unto you, bonny, bonny Sliav brae. How oft in the morning with my dog and with my gun I roam these fair mountains, all for joy and for fun. But these days are now departed, and I must go away. So farewell unto you, bonny, bonny Sliav brae. And oft in the evening, when the sun was in the west, I roamed hand in hand with the one I love best. But the hopes of youth are vanished, and it's now I'm far away. So farewell unto you, bonny, bonny Sliav brae. It's not for the want of good employment at home that causes the sons of dear old Ireland to roam, But those tyrannizing landlords, they would not let us stay. So farewell unto you, bonny, bonny Sliav, gallant braes. You gallant sportsmen all, pray listen to my story. It's of the bold Skewbald, that gallant racing pony. Half a marvel was the man that brought old Skewbald over. He's the diamond of the land, and he rolls around in clover. All the cattle were brought out with saddle, whip and bridle, and the sportsmen all did shout when they saw the gallant riders, and some they cried hooray. And the air was thick with curses, and it saw the grey Griselda, the sportsmen laid their purses. Then the trumpet did sound, and they shot off like an arrow. They scarcely touched the ground, and the going it was narrow. Griselda passed him by. The sportsmen all did holler ho, the grey will win the day, and Skewbald he can follow. In the middle of the track, up spoke the gallant rider, I fear we must turn back, for she's running like a tiger. Up spoke the noble horse, ride on, my master, for we're halfway round the course, and now we'll see who's faster. And as they did discourse, old Skewbald flew like lightning. He dashed around the course, and the grey mare she was taken. Bid on my noble lords for a good 200 guineas, and my saddle will be of gold when we pick up our winnings. Then past the winning post, old Skewbald won's a handy, and horse and rider both called for sherry wine and brandy. They drank to that grey mare, the gallant Miss Griselda, and to all who lost their money on the sporting plains of Kildare. Oh, the summertime is coming, and the leaves are sweetly blooming, and a wild mountain thyme blows around the blooming heather. Will ye go, lassie, go? And we'll all go together to poor wild mountain thyme, all around the blooming heather. Will ye go, lassie, go? I will build my love a bower by yon pure crystal fountain, and on it I will place all the flowers of the mountain. Will ye go, lassie, go? And we'll all go together to poor wild mountain thyme, all around the blooming heather. Will ye go, lassie, go? If my true love she'll not come, then I'll surely find some other to poor wild mountain thyme, all around the blooming heather. Will ye go, lassie, go? And we'll all go together to on the 23rd of June, as I sat a-weaving all on my loom. It being on the 23rd of June, as I sat a-weaving all on my loom. There I saw a bird on an ivy bunch, and the song he sang was the jug of punch. A-la-la-li-fall-a-day, a-la-la-li-fall-a-diddly-ide, little-I, skiddly-ide, little-I, skidly-ide, little-I-lum-dum-day. What more diversion can a man desire than to court a girl by a neater fire? What more diversion can a man desire than to court a girl by a neater fire? With a curry pippin to crack and crunch, and on the table a jug of punch. A-la-la-li-fall-a-day, a-la-la-li-fall-a-diddly-ide, little-I, skiddly-ide, little-I, skiddly-ide, little-I-lum-dum-day. And when I'm dead and in my grave, no costly tombstone will I crave. When I'm dead and in my grave, no costly tombstone will I crave. Then just lay me down in my native peat, with a jug of punch at my head and feet. La-la-li fall the day, la-la-li fall a little-I, little-I, skiddly-ide, little-I, skiddly-ide, little-I, lum-dum-day. And when I'm lying in the mould, at my head and feet place a flowing bowl. When I'm lying in the mould, at my head and feet place a flowing bowl. So that every young man that passes by, he may take a drink and remember I. A-la-la-li fall a day, a-la-la-li fall a diddly-ide, little-I, skiddly-ide, little-I, skiddly-ide, little-I, lum-dum-day. Now the bonnan buoy that ne'er broke out, on a drinking bout he might as well have drunk, for his bones lie thrown upon a naked stone, where he lived all alone like a hermit monk. Oh, yellow bittern, I pity your lot, though they say that a sot like myself is cursed. I was sober a while, but now I will drink and be wise, for the fear that I might die in the end of the thirst. It's not for the common birds, oh no, that I do mourn, for the blackbird, for the corncrake, for the crane, but for the yellow bittern that's living shy and alone, that drinks in the marsh from the lonely drain. You see how the bird of the long smooth neck could get his death from the first at last. Then come sons of my soul, come and drain your cup, for you will get no stop when your life is past. Now my darling, she told me, oh no, to drink no more, or my life it would be over in a little short while. But I told her it's the whiskey that's giving me health and strength, and that lengthens my road by many's the mile. You see how the bird of the long smooth neck could get its death from the first at last. Then come sons of my soul, come and drain your cup, or you will get no sup when your life is past. Ye rambling boys of pleasure, give ear to these few lines I write. 'Tis true I am a rover, and in rambling I take great delight. I set my mind on a handsome girl, oh, oftentimes she did me slight, and my mind was never easy, only when my darling was in my sight. Down by yon Sally Gardens, where my true love and I did meet, it was there she took me in her arms, and unto me gave kisses sweet. She bade me take life easy, as the leaves that fall from yonder tree. Oh, but I was young and foolish, and with my true love could not agree. Now the very next time that I met my love, I truly thought her heart was mine. But as the seasons alter, my darling girl, she changed her mind. Gold is the root of all evil, although it wears such a glittering hue, causing many's the lad and the lass to part, though their hearts like mine be ne'er so true. How I wish I was in America, with my true love along with me. Money to support us and keep us in good company, liquor to be plentiful, a flowing bowl on every side, but hard fortune never shall daunt me, for I am young and the world is wide. That's it then. Good night, Lucienne.